And welcome to the Stanley Cup final version of the Tom Greene NHL Playoff Spectacular with Nick Gosen. Don't forget it was with Nick Gosen.
God. I think they know who I am by now.
Well, you never know. Some people just watch for the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because why watch the rest? Believe me, if you're just watching to watch the Stanley Cup final, watch the rest.
Yes.
Because you are missing a lot of good humor and good, just
overall
awesomeness.
stuff.
Yes, overall stuff.
Yes.
And it's a lot, but it's good.
Yes.
It's all good. It's good! Anyway, our Stanley Cup finals differ.
Yes.
But if either were to happen, it would be...
An ultimate result is the same.
Yes. My Stanley Cup final, I went all chalk, at least to this point. Anaheim against Boston.
Not all chalk. I mean, Anaheim can be a reach in some cases. Nothing wrong with that.
That's true. Both 1 seeds, but yet Anaheim, to some people, plays like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, it all depends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Getzlaf and Perry didn't exactly show up last year against the Wings, and that cost them the entire series. So,
and this is Teemu Solani's last year.
yes, win it for Teemu. That's what they're going to be all in for.
You know, when I was watching the Olympics, I said to myself, you know, I once knew a guy named Suomi. I hated him too.
Suomi?
Yeah, the Finland.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
When they played Finland, that was really the only Olympic hockey game I watched live because it seemed like every time I was working.
Oh, yeah.
It happens, though. It happens.
Definitely.
But this series is going to be tough. It's going to be physical. And it's going to be pure awesomeness. On a stick. With a puck.
You got the 2 most physical teams, arguably. Honestly, I'd watch that series, no doubt about it.
Yes, this is... If you haven't watched hockey, watch this series.
Boston and Anaheim, man.
Or even Nick's series, which he'll say in a minute.
Yeah.
But for right now, I have, as I picked in the preseason, I have the Boston Bruins taking a drink out of Lord Stanley's cup.
And the Mountain Dew Chill Cup.
And hoisting it in 6.
I don't think it's made of aluminum, though, sadly. But...
It's a lot lighter than the Stanley Cup. Yay! But anyway, let's go see what Nick's final is.
I have the LA Kings going all the way to the Cup, but I do have Boston winning it overall. I mean, I didn't stray from the chalk myself either, but I just, like I said, LA is just built for playoff hockey. I think they're a lot like 2012. They just kind of flew under the radar. But I had to take into account here of how many games I thought LA would take to get to the finals. I mean, I have them beating San Jose in 7. I have them beating Anaheim in 6, beating Chicago in 7. These are long series. And I think by the time they get to the finals, they might be a little winded, you know, and I think Boston has the easier road to the Cup, so I kind of gave Boston the nod, especially in the earlier games in the series, but overall, I think you got a lot of grittiness, and I think, honestly, the 2 best goaltenders in the game right now, in Quick and Rask, so I think it'd be one heck of a series, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's here. I've got 7, 6, and 7 for Boston, 6, 6, and 7 for...
So pretty
5, 6, and 7 for Anaheim.
Okay, yeah.
Which I was seeing LA here, which if LA were to have gone, I would have had them 6, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of games, that's for... It's just, I don't know, I think it has a toll on some teams, that's for sure.
Especially on the... I want to say young teams, but it seems like older teams.
Yeah, I think Detroit, honestly. I mean, I know Detroit has the young coming in, but there's no doubt that the core of that team is still kind of on the older side, no doubt about it.
Alfredson, which we were lucky to get Alfredson that last year because he needed to step into the role, and it seems like, oh, I did this for the Sens for 17 years, I can do it here.
Who would have thought he'd be the leading point scorer on the Wings this season?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
And then we were supposed to be stacked with Datsuk, Zetterberg, Alfredson, Nyquist, which that's a good medicine I take.
Yes.
It's some nights when I'm sick, Nyquist. For all
yes.
for all your third period game tying, empty net, overtime, shootout, dire situation goals. Nyquist.
Good old dose of Nyquist.
We have an army!
I just
We
think it's
have a
crazy.
Nyquist.
I mean, we started the season, we picked Dan Cleary over Gustav Nyquist. You know what I mean? That's how it started the season. Tatar probably would have been in the same boat if he wasn't out of waiver options, if they could send him down, but they couldn't send him down without someone was gonna claim him if Detroit sent him to Grand Rapids, so I mean, it's just crazy how that works, but I'm glad that they're here. I mean, it's kind of a blessing that actually happened so that we actually can keep these guys on the roster from here on out.
And so we both have Boston winning in 6. Now, I've made a bracket to where if this were to be all just one game apiece,
Yes. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
I would have had Detroit beating Chicago in the finals.
I didn't go through and make the same one, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah, just all game ones, just one game,
Yes.
kind of like NFL style, just one game decides it
Yep.
all.
One game decides the whole thing, which would be awesome, but then again, it would be ugh. But anyway,
Yeah.
we both have Boston winning this series, winning the Stanley Cup. And last year they should have won the Stanley Cup.
Boston?
Well, maybe.
I don't know. I think
I
Chicago
shouldn't-
was stacked, but
Yeah, Chicago definitely took the series away from them.
yeah.
But
Now, Vancouver probably should have beat Boston in 2011.
yes,
But that's a whole other
I
scenario.
remember that finals. I remember watching Game 7, and then I turned the game off, and then I went onto my laptop for a little while, and I actually watched a live stream of the riots
Yeah, I did too.
in
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Yeah, they actually
After
they
that.
streamed that through Canadian Broadcasting News.
Yeah.
That was a whole night thing right there.
Which I think we both thought Vancouver was going to win that
Yeah, I
Game
saw it.
7.
Well, I don't just about Game 7. I saw Game 3 and I'm like, this series is over. Boston, I mean, they didn't have the scoring power to keep up with Vancouver. I'm like, they're not going to do anything. But that's the NHL for you. Anything can happen.
Yep, just about anything. So, I have Boston over Anaheim in 6.
I got Boston over LA in 6.
So, that does it for this year's NHL Playoff Spectacular
Yes. Hope you enjoyed this.
with Nick Gosen.
Yes, with me.
Red Wings fan 1340
Yes.
on YouTube. Make sure to follow him because he's got a lot more views than I do. Good for him, not so good for me. So, Nick,
Yes.
pleasure to have you.
Of course. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, so I guess we're going to have to do a show on your channel, too.
Yes.
So sometime soon, so I can get onto your channel and we have
yeah.
both the fame and fortune and
Share the wealth.
Yes, share
Yes.
the wealth. To hockey.
To hockey.
Well, there's nothing in this drink.
Yeah, you drank all that already? I think I got like half mine left.
There you go. So that is your playoff show. We'll see you next time.
Gotta conclude with the song.
Yes.
The ESPN one was my favorite.